Good evening. I'm Jason Johansson, the Homicide Lieutenant with the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. I'm here this evening to brief you on a homicide investigation that we're currently conducting in the apartment complex located directly behind me at the 3600 block of South Fort Apache Road. This is in the area of Fort Apache and Twain, and it's within our Summerlin Area Command. Earlier this afternoon at just after 4 p.m., our 911 call center received a call of a shooting that occurred inside the apartment complex located directly behind me. As officers were en route to the location, they were advised that there was one victim that was shot, and it was near the entrance in a white van. As officers arrived inside the apartment complex, they located the victim and began to provide medical aid for him until medical arrived here on scene, who transported him to the University Medical Center, where unfortunately he was later pronounced deceased from his injuries. As officers initially arrived here on scene, they immediately began contacting several other witnesses who were in the apartment complex who provided a suspect description of a possibly white male with facial tattoos and neck tattoos, dark clothing, carrying numerous bags, who had fled out the front entrance of the apartment complex. Thanks to those quick actions of getting that suspect description, our patrol officers who were still responding to the area responded to the neighborhood just to the east of here, where they located the possible suspect and took her, it ended up being a female, into custody without further incident. Based on those details, our homicide has come out, responded, we've taken over this investigation. What we know is that our suspect was inside the apartment complex. At this time, we do not believe that she lives there, that she was checking doors to cars, likely to probably burglarize those cars. Several citizens within the apartment complex notified the leasing manager, who then asked the maintenance workers to go locate this person and get them off of property. While that is going on, our victim and his brother are sitting inside their white van, which is a carpet cleaning company van. And they're here just doing their job, doing an estimate to clean someone's carpet. Sitting in their van as this is all occurring with trying to get the suspect out of the apartment complex. Our suspect then quickly approaches the white van, removes a handgun, and shoots our victim, who's the driver of the white van, while he's sitting in the van. Right now, we have no indication at all that our victim had any interaction with our suspect prior to that occurring. Our suspect then fled out of the gate. Thanks to the quick actions, not only by the apartment complex calling 911 immediately and getting the officer response here, but thanks to the quick response by the officers who initially arrived here on scene, that suspect is in custody. They were taken custody, as I mentioned earlier, just east of here. And thankfully, we were able to get them in custody before any other violent acts occurred. Right now, I have no indication that this appears to be a random shooting. A completely innocent, hardworking human being who's here at work is shot and killed while doing their job. That is completely unrelated incident. So with that, I have no further details. Our homicide guys are here on scene. We're doing our investigation as we speak right now, canvassing for video, which we do have related to this incident. We're interviewing additional witnesses and processing our scene, which will be for the next few hours. I urge anyone with any information related to this investigation to please reach out to the LVMPD Homicide Section or reach out through Crime Stoppers of Nevada. With that, I'll take any additional questions you may have.
Did you recover the weapon or suspect?
Yes, the suspect was taken into custody with the firearm, and we believe that is going to be the firearm that was used in this incident.
Was the suspect run to the second area, the second property? Were they also trying to attempt cars there too?
That sounds like it was a very quick interaction. It sounds like they located the suspect, went out on the suspect. There was possibly a brief foot pursuit, but then the suspect gave up to officers.
You mentioned people were quick to the scene. Was aid rendered in any way to those that were affected?
Yeah, so there's only one person who was struck, and that was her victim. Officers immediately on scene began providing CPR and aid to him until medical arrived here on scene. Like I said, unfortunately, though, that was unsuccessful after he arrived at UMC. So.
And you said you think this was a random occurrence, just a person?
I believe the interaction between our suspect and our victim, is completely random. At this time, we have nothing indicating there was contact between our victim and our suspect prior to.
Do we know anything
The person does have a criminal record. I don't have all the details of what their criminal record is, but they do have a criminal record. Yes.
When will the road be reopened?
I can't hear you.
When will the road be reopened?
The road right now, people can enter into the apartment complex. It's only as you go into the gate to the left that is shut down. The scene is just to the north of the entrance, but people can still access the apartments by going around the long way. Thank you for asking that question.
Any names at this time?
What's that?
Any names?
No, I'll just give ages that our suspect is in a female in her 20s and our victim is a male in his 40s.
Only one victim, right?
Correct. All right. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate your time.